Champs, what's going on? Welcome back to the channel. I know it's been a bit of a while, but I'm back with a new video, and today I'm going to explain to you a new sub hobby that's happened in my trophy hunting, which is back in August, I was looking at my PSN profile, and I have to say, I wasn't very happy. And the thing that was making me quite unhappy was all these games I had on my list that were uncompleted, no platinum, loads of games where it's like, 8% here, 1% here on that one avatar, 12%, 10%, 5%. You get the gist. There was a lot of these games, and it was starting to bug me because I felt like I'd got into a habit of basically starting a game, and if it didn't click within the first 3-4 hours, pop a few trophies and be like, well, don't like this game, on to the next one. And I had built up quite a library of games I owned, so it was easy just to kind of stop playing a game and get onto another one. So it led to a lot of games that I popped trophies for, but I never even finished the story, let alone get the platinum. And there were obviously some games where it was the right game at the wrong time in the wrong place, and this can happen to us. And it's happened with me in the past where I've started a game and then didn't like it, but yet 6 months to a year later, I've tried it again and I've really liked it. So I started looking at this, and you guys know with the trophy list reviews, when I'm talking about my own platinums, I've never really cared about completion percentage, but I really don't know why. But at the end of August, I don't know how this happened, but suddenly I started caring. I specifically cared about three numbers on this page: completed games, unearned trophies, and this bad boy, the big one. So when I started this process at the end of August, I was on 61.97%, I believe. And over the last 2 months, I've gained 3% in my completion percentage. So I just thought I'd talk a little bit about how I've been doing that and what I've been doing. So it began basically by creating two lists. So the first list was platinum, not 100%. So obviously these are games I've got the platinum in, but I haven't got the 100%. So I started making a list of all these games, all their respective DLCs. I started adding the DLCs that I wanted to do to my wish list on the PS Store, and I'd wait for them to go on a sale and then I'd get them. So there was this, and then the second list I created was obviously the not 100% or platinum. So what we then have is this spreadsheet. Who doesn't love a good old spreadsheet? So this spreadsheet has three tabs. This began as my backlog. So I made this about a year ago. I think when I started getting really into physical collection on the PS5, I thought I'd make a list of digital games because I was worried that I'd forget which ones I own, and then if I delete them from my PS, obviously you can go into your library, I think, and find them that way, but I was just being a bit thorough. So this is just a list of games I own. I've tried to break it down to genre, what format I own it, if it's PS4, PS5. The ultimate aim is to have a link here to the PSN profiles guide and then fill in some of this info, but that's an immense amount of admin. So, and I don't know why I randomly did Ghost Runner. I have no clue, but I just did that one. So yeah, that's the list of games I own. You'll notice some games are orange. We'll explain why. So then I told you about the two lists that I made. We'll start with the first one, which was games I've popped a trophy for, but I have not yet platinumed. So I went through and I made a list of all these games. These are all games that I've got trophies in, but I have not yet platinumed. And I broke it down into all the different individual trophies, and the reason I did that was I thought it'd become a bit easier for me to decide which one to get, because I guess I should have said this earlier. The ultimate aim is I would really like to get my completion percentage up to 70% and above. So when I first started this, I didn't think it was doable, but actually now the more I've done it, it is quite doable. So yeah, these are the games that I've got. Some of these are in progress anyway, like Black Ops 3 has been a game that's been in progress for quite some time and will be as well. So I'm working on that one. That's a big platinum. Advanced Warfare is a platinum that I could get it quite quickly, but I'm trying to get the DLCs done first. Then we've got games that some of these games I have to say are games that I started and gave up for a reason. I didn't like them. So some of them. So I'm going to go back, and if I still feel that strongly about it, then I will just leave those games. I don't think I'll finish all these games. I just don't think that's possible. Some of them I'm not big fans on. I mean, Need for Speed Heat, I think I got this either on PS Plus or like really dirt cheap. I think it was PS Plus, and I just fancied trying a bit of racing on my PS5. And within like 3 seconds, it pops one bronze trophy. I'm not a racing game guy, so this will probably forever remain unplatinumed. I've also included games on this list that I've popped trophies for, but they are unobtainable platinums. A good example is Arkham Origins. To my knowledge, I mean, I've tried for the last year, but I can't get on the multiplayer. So Black Ops 2 is unobtainable thanks to one particularly annoying multiplayer trophy that you can't get anymore, which is really stupid. But with these kind of games, Arkham Origins, I'm still going to play through the story mode and get as many of those trophies as I can. It'll still help the completion percentage. I get to play a great game. So don't see any issue with that. So anything in green is what I've done. So let me show you over to the DLCs. Actually, before that, let me show you this column. So this is the completion percentage. So I thought it'd be interesting to go back and find my lowest ever percentage. So I went onto my channel and found what I think is the earliest video I ever showed my PSN Profiles account, and I think it was a video where I got 62, 64 platinums in 1 year, and I go through that whole list. And at that time, with about 66 platinums, including the ones I got from the year before, I was at 56.08%, which I didn't realize how low it was. But when I started this process, I was at 61.93, and I didn't really keep these per month by month. I don't know why. I don't know why I forgot 23rd September. So anyway, we're now on the 4th. So at the end of August, I was 61.93. Then 4th of October, 63.49. And now I'm technically at 65, nice and even, 65.00. Because I popped a few trophies after taking this stat at the time. So I've gained 3% in completion percentage. Do you want to know how many trophies that took? That took 274 trophies, which is, if you say the average platinum is 50 trophies, that's like five and a bit platinums. The breakdown is 194 bronze, 45 silvers, 33 golds, and 2 platinums. That's what it took to gain 3% completion percentage. The other list, of course, was DLCs. So I made a list of, I think I've covered every game that I've platinumed and not got the 100% in, but some of them I'm not sure I'll go back for. I'll explain why, but yeah, I've gone through here and I've broken down each DLC mode and its trophies, and anything in green is obviously done. For some of the games that I've left in green, you're probably wondering why have I not deleted those, because it's motivation. Because there's a lot of trophies here, there's a lot of DLC, there's a lot of grindy games, and it's just nice to sometimes see progress. So I've done quite a few over these last 2 months. Astro's Playroom. Yeah, we did Astro's Playroom. So a lesson I've learned in the last few months whilst doing this is a lesson that probably only 0.1% of you need to learn, but I'm one of those people, unfortunately. So I have really weird OCDs, especially when it comes to my save files. So a lot of games, when I've platinumed them, I delete the save file. So I'm sure you know where this is going. So when I went back to do Astro's Playroom, the 2 DLC trophy packs, I couldn't access any of them because I was at the beginning of the game. So I had to rush through and quickly finish Astro's Playroom to access the DLCs. Shadow of the Tomb Raider. I was very lucky. I picked up a secondhand copy and it was the complete edition. I was so lucky. It had all the DLCs right there in the main menu. I didn't have to buy any of them. I was so lucky. But I started one. Again, this is a game that I've already platinumed. And yeah, a game I've already platinumed. So I've gone in, I've started the Forge. Each of these DLCs in Shadow of the Tomb Raider, by the way, all the DLCs altogether equal 36 trophies. It's immense. Look how many goals you get. You get 7 goals. That's why I knew I had to do this one. Each one, except for the last one, has 5 trophies. It's the same format. You have to do score attack on the tomb. You have to do time attack on the tomb. You complete a side mission relating to the tomb. You complete the tomb, and because you complete the side mission, you get armor and outfits to wear, and you wear those, and you get the trophy. So I've gone in, I completed the tomb, got a trophy. Completed time attack, got a trophy. Completed score attack, and now I'm like, how do I do the side mission? And I go on the guide, and it says at this town in the main hub, you can go speak to so and so, and they'll give you the side mission. And then it dawns on me, I'm going to have to play the game again. I just thought maybe I'd have to play the game halfway to get access to these side missions. Nope, you have to finish the game. So I had to speed run Shadow of the Tomb Raider and get it done so I could finish all the DLC trophies. And why did I have to do this? Because I deleted the save file. This is a big theme, big lesson. Guys, don't delete your save files. Just don't do it. If you really if you want to complete games or do DLCs down the road, don't delete your save files. There's no reason to. What else did I do? Did the PS4 version of Village, 100%ed that. I'd already done the PS5 100%, so I just went back to the PS4. Siren's Rest DLC for Still Wakes the Deep, not bad. It was quite interesting. I quite liked it. Completed Far Cry 4. I'm trying to get through Far Cry 5, but I've got to do this zombies mode. Callisto Protocol is annoying because I have it stacked both on my list because I did the PS4 and PS5 Platinum. And this requires 2 playthroughs in hardcore mode and minimum 1 playthrough in contagion mode. That's 3. Times it by 2. That's 6. I will have to do 6 playthroughs minimum of Callisto Protocol to 100% both of them. So I'm chipping away at that slowly. I've also had a massive Last of Us session over the last few months. I love these games, but I'm not going to play them for a while. I did Last of Us 2 Grounded mode, got the 2 trophies. That was fun. I really enjoyed that. It's one of my all-time favorite games, so I was happy to do that. Went back and platinum Last of Us 1, as you saw on the other page. I also did all the DLCs. And then I thought, while it's fresh in my mind, why not just jump onto Toulouse 2 PS5? Did the no return mode, which was quite unique. I really enjoyed that. And did part 1, which is part of the no return. That's really fun. I highly recommend that, guys. I didn't pay this mode attention when I first got it, but it's actually pretty decent. Now I've just got to do the chronological playthrough and get that last gold, and then that will be another completed game. So yeah, this is what I've been doing, and I've enjoyed it. It's taught me some discipline. It's kind of taught me to be a bit more patient with games. Part of this as well has been I've basically banned myself from buying any new games. So, and there were quite a few that I wanted for the end of the year. There were 3 in particular: Chronos: The New Dawn, which I really had to hold back on. I like survival horror games. I love sci-fi games. Ghost of Yote, which I'm sure some of you who've watched the channel for long enough will know. I was really looking forward to the sequel, and I just thought it can wait. It's not going anywhere, and I'm probably going to pick it up over the Christmas period when I've got a bit of time off from work. It can be my kind of little Christmas game. And the third one, which isn't out yet, it's out in about 7-8 days, is Black Ops 7. I don't know what to do about this because I know when it comes out, a lot of you guys will have it, a lot of my friends will have it. I'll get a bit of FOMO, so I'll see about that one. I might break the rule for that, but yeah, as of right now, I'm not buying any new games apart from real exceptions such as Resident Evil Requiem, obviously on February 27th. That's just a no-brainer. That's going to be a guaranteed purchase. But yeah, because another thing I've also realized is a lot of games that I've picked up, even on sale, kind of, I haven't played them, and a year later they've gone on sale again, or they've gone on a better sale. So yeah, this is what I've been doing, and I'm on platinum. I think I've got 122 now, and I presume basically platinum's 100 and basically 120 to 130 is going to be all of these games, backlog games. So I'm going to work through these and get my completion percentage up, get it past 70%, which I think is doable, and I look forward to doing that. But the other thing that I've really enjoyed, as my last point, is I've really enjoyed going back and completing games that I really love. I love the Last of Us series, so to have those 100% will be really good. I love the Division 2. I'm trying hard to get this 100%, but some of these DLCs are pretty tough and they require loads of other players. So I have enjoyed the 100% thing. And one thing it has taught me, and I now see why people are completionist, is getting 100% in some games is actually way harder than getting the platinum, because a lot of games, especially some of the PlayStation exclusives like Spider-Man and Days Gone, they want you to play the game on the hardest difficulty. Like, you could go through and get the platinum on easy difficulty, but to do New Game Plus and stuff, you have to play on the hardest difficulty. So actually, sometimes getting the 100% is more impressive than actually just getting the platinum, because there's just more challenging trophies in it. So some of these games, I'll highlight them right here. These four and Days Gone. I don't know where Days Gone is. It's probably up here somewhere. There it is. So Days Gone and Ghost of Tsushima, actually. Spider-Man, Horizon Zero Dawn, Doom Eternal, Gotham Knights, all their DLCs require you to have a save file to finish the game. And yes, you can guess, I've deleted my save file. So the big conundrum I have now is for some of these games that I like as well, Days Gone, Ghost of Tsushima, Spider-Man, for me to do a New Game Plus, I have to play the game. I have to play the game again. And I have to play it properly as well, because the New Game Plus requires you to play it on a hard difficulty. So you want to get good gear, good armor, good health, whatever, all the upgrades, etc. You can't just kind of run through it. So I'm going to have to play Spider-Man just to play it again. I'm going to have to play Horizon Zero Dawn just to play it again. It's the same for so many of these games. So this is a bit of a grind. I don't think I'm going to complete all of these DLCs. For example, my PS3, the PS Store on my PS3 doesn't work very well for me. I can't buy some DLCs. I don't know why. It's very annoying. But if it's difficult, I'm just going to leave it. Some of these games like Uncharted 4 Survival DLC requires, I think, some good co-op teammates to be really coordinated and play well, because it's quite difficult. So I've got to arrange that. Same with Division 2. So yeah, going to work through these DLCs, work through this platinum, and the aim is to get this number to 7 and keep it there, ideally. So I think the thing that I've enjoyed the most is definitely going forward with future platinums that I play eventually away from this backlog, but the other games that I own, I'm definitely going to try and go for the 100%. I think it's quite rewarding. I think it's quite fun. I think sometimes it adds a lot to the game. Some of the DLCs are really good stories. Some of them kind of make you play the game in a more challenging way once you've got all the upgrades. So yeah, this is what I'm doing right now. This is what I'll be doing for quite some time. But yeah, I'm sure over the next few months, I will eventually pick up Ghost of Yotei, because I'm getting FOMO with that game. I really do want to play it. Black Ops 7, I think I probably will end up picking up, maybe not on day one, but soon after. And then obviously in February is the big one, Resident Evil Requiem, which is just going to take over, and I'm going to play that non-stop. So, but yeah, otherwise in the background, I'm going to keep working on this, get this past 70%, try and get it as high as I can. And then once I've done enough games, I'll start picking off my actual backlog, if that makes sense, or the backlog of games where I haven't yet popped a trophy or started. So yeah. So yeah, guys, that's what I've been doing the last few months. Let me know what you think in the comments. Let me know what your views are on completionism and the completion percentage in general. I know it can be quite a polarizing topic in our community, but yeah, I find it quite interesting. It's weird how all of a sudden, I don't know why, maybe it was building up subconsciously, but all of a sudden I just suddenly became quite concerned with it. But I've enjoyed going back to some old games that could have otherwise been a waste of money, games that I bought and I just didn't find interesting. Currently, my last thing I'll leave you with is right now I'm working on the Borderlands 3 Platinum. This was a game that, again, tried, I think 3 years ago, like back in the pandemic days, and I'm just going to get into it. But I've given it another shot, and honestly, I'm having a lot of fun. I really like it, and it's a game that I am going to 100%. I've already got all the DLCs, and I've already started on some of them, so yeah, I've been enjoying it. So, guys, I know it's been a while. Let me know what you've been playing in the comments. Be good to chat to some of you guys. Haven't spoken to you in a few months. So, yeah, and hopefully see you soon on another video. Take care.